important results. It's nice to get a win against the big boys.
Lots of time to recover, but I think both are looking at this and thinking this is goes off in a great spot where he looks relatively safe, Tim. Might cross into a line if he's not too careful. Burning out alive here, down to almost no HP, but he has done the tango, Tim. 2 kills go the way of Shifters. Great play by Lasmo, and they are being rewarded for it.
How on earth has Lasmo managed that? He has avoided so much danger to keep himself alive. Freck's backed him up brilliantly, and we're just really seeing how you should be playing that top floor.
Our first track coming out of the Deimos onto the Denari of Freck. Probably forced move away here as a match of Flexi. I was going to say he was trying to look for him, but no. Freck's managed to find 2 yet again. Make it a third as Death from above just continues to rain. Noah gets at least 1 back, but that attempt by Secret has just completely fallen apart. A double for Robbie. Mowgli might get at least 1 back for himself, but they had a perfect read on everything coming then and have completely crushed the Secret attack.
Yeah, really, really tough for Secret to take there. Freck with the track in place on him. Still manages to get a double and kind of bring another one in for Robbie to take down. Absolutely capable of doing so. But yeah, it's going to take time and they've got to be realistic about that. But right now, here on Chalet, they managed to get themselves an opener. Flexi will kick things off. Taking down Robbie as well. Not a bad start. 5-1 so far for Robbie. So getting him off the board is never going to hurt. But this is...
Hasn't quite had the biggest start across these first 3 rounds. Certainly being put to bed a little bit by Shifters as Mowgli does swing and get Lasmo, but is downed in response. I think it was Blaz at range who managed to get that one. And it'll be hard to recover now. Freebie onto Flexi. They had no idea that Freck was down here on basement. He's got himself 5 kills across these first 3 rounds, Tim. A double kill in the first 2, a 5th arriving in this round as well. It's looking a little bit too easy so far for the Dutchman.
Blaz just looks away at the wrong moment there. He'd been covering the downed man inside of Library. Mowgli will be finished off with a nitro in the end anyway, so it doesn't matter. But as his opportunity came, that was his moment that he looked away. Typical Siege timing. But how about this angle being held by Freck, just waiting for that movement to come through. And as it does,
too easy.
Going to get the final kill. Blaz.
Maybe a mute wouldn't be a bad shout here. On the other side, maybe another one of those Intel operators wouldn't hurt to really press in on the pain.
And hope for the best, but we're about to find out. They've got Razor Blooms being sent in as well. They get triggered, and Shifters had the plan. Oscar taken down, Diffuser and Shield gone. Noah manages to get 1 back. Freck with 1 onto Mowgli. Shifters were ready for this.
Oh,
and there, Blaz is there. He's just waiting. If Freck manages to get the kill before...
Trying to do what we've seen teams do before, where they're trying to hold it for a C4 coming out, but the other side had no C4s. The thing he really had to get rid of was that trap, maybe looking towards magnets as well to stop them catching out on the smokes, but they really needed those EMPs, and unfortunately...
Battle because Shifters right now just sat on the hands inside of sight. They know that they don't need to get aggressive here. They don't need to give him anything. They're just going to wait for these angles. There it is. Freck's on the DMR. Manages to find his man. Secret have a man advantage and can start building something. It's only their 2nd entry so far out of 5 rounds. It's going to be leveled up though as they keep challenging a shotgun. Niv obviously wins that against Mowgli. Lasmo manages to find drills, and just like that, the man cat's been flipped and it's advantage Shifters.
And again, Noah's left in a 1v3.
Get something going. 40 seconds to work with. He's going to head up. A little pocket EMP to make sure he's not going to be walking around into any gadgetry. Just tries to bait them out with the drone throw. To be fair, he's using his...
Buttoned on which way it was going to go, because Secret really didn't quite look at the races yesterday. Saying that, neither did Fnatic, and they managed to recover. Fair play to them.
Rushing himself back to site, and so he had to be punished there. Had he not, Secret would have been letting him get away with 1. So well played from them. They got the job done. Blaz is there with a very late answer, managing to pick up Mowgli. But how about this? Drills.
Just a bit, isn't it?
I think he got exactly what he asked for, to be honest.
Oh, okay. This is a lot of aggression towards the Blackbeard. Nearly pays the price. Does he get away with it? No. At least Freck doesn't, and Oscar's there to get the final 2 that he needs. They collect the kills, and it's at least...
I think with Secret, though, they were blindly trusting Savage in that case, right?
Siege as well, that could play with tempo and pace, and they trusted him. They
shield push.
Absolutely. At least I'd love to hold it back, but I was going to say the gun skill can still come on through, and it has been shining for Shifters throughout this game. And we've still got 2 minutes to play, Tim. This is looking good for Shifters.
Yeah, it
Even
really
better.
is. Blast manages to find another. Noah will fight back with the trade, but you just feel like it's constantly for Secret. Their kills are always too little too late, but hold that thought as Mowgli manages to get one. Freck trades him out, and again, 3v1 with Amonte on side. Naif is going to start putting the diffuser down, so it's all up to Robbie for the time being, but they know exactly where Noah is coming from, and now that that plant is secured and the shield goes back up, Noah's chances just went down massively.
Yeah, poor guy yet again being left in a 1 versus 3 lease of life.
In we go to bathroom then. Robbie jumping on in with the spray.
Oh, whiff. No.
It should have. Robbie doesn't miss many like that. Secret want to thank their blessings, and they do as they get 3 kills, and Robbie's going to rue that missed opportunity as Drill steps around and gets one back onto him. 1 versus 5. Blaz, see if he can get anything going. He will manage to spray down Mowgli, get a second. 1v5 becomes 1v3, but that is the end of it as Drill comes flying around the corner with the pistol, gets the kill, and it all went downhill after that Robbie air shot, I think. Give the opportunity to be, as I said, that Oscar does look like he might just have to move as the first asphyxiation arrow comes in, and there's a flurry of movement from Shifters. It's a great 3-2-1. Blaz manages to get the kill onto Flexi. Robbie onto Oscar. The trade is there. 3 versus 3 as Secret dig deep and continue to fight here. Noah up the rear stairs into Solar, gets a double with a down finished off. Lasmu manages to get 1, but it's going to have it's back in Master, back in Solar, just waiting. They're playing together essentially here. They don't want to give him 1v1s, especially against the Blackbeard. If you can close the distance and get it down to a 1v1, then you start asking serious questions. Does manage to get 1. Noah had to hit those shots. The Blackbeard got.
I really want to know what Noah was going to say if Freck was Capital.
This is becoming possible for Secret. So Noah gets the opener, puts himself up onto 15 kills. Mowgli manages to get in on the action as well. Faced with the Blackbeard, dips away from the nade. He's going to get challenged. Close angle on that door. Freck manages to find the kill. 3 versus 4, but Flexi's there for the trade. And again, Secret keep themselves in the ascendancy. 4 versus 1, and another round that looks like it's going their way. Shifters absolutely nowhere near a top floor clearance here. To say that they've got Snake, to say that they've got so much utility there, they just haven't got it done at all. Secret back to 4-6 now, and it's. We look at the last round, they had a Raura, so they obviously had a plan there, and it just never really worked. They didn't even get into mezzanine. Now they've got the sense, they've got the gridlock, they've got the Brava, and you kind of got almost these unusual attacks, and it's like just get it.
Able to use his weapon. So he's got it stuck at this point, Lasmo, unless he can find his way up towards applying pressure with nades, but they'll try their very, very best. Flexi going to fall here, but a couple of kills back and forth here between the two. Shifters still end up with the advantage, and now it's all down to Oscar, who's got to win it out, but he can't quite get it done, Tim.
For our last game of the day, Shifters walk away with 3 points, and that means we get to speak to them. We get to ask them a few questions as we're joined by Freck in the interview. Good evening, Freck. How are you feeling about your first week in Stage 1 so far?
Pretty decent. I think yesterday we played pretty good as well. We didn't get the points, but you know, that's how it goes. Today we got the 3 points, so not too shabby. How Naif would say it.
Freck, looking at this roster, obviously you guys decided to make an important roster change. You know, if I think of P4, I obviously associate him with Liloon and with LB and with this staff for like what I think was like a 5 years long working relationship. You decided to put an end to that and to look into a new IGL. What is Naif bringing that P4 could not bring to the table?
First of all, I think P4 was a fucking genius, by the way. Like, no disrespect to him. I think he really needed a break, so that's why we made the change. But he's such a good IGL. But I think Naif, he's just he brings calmness. Is what we really need, because we used to be pretty panicky in the like tough situations, like execute. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. But now we have a plan, we have a end goal, we have a win con. You know, it's just a good round. So hello, Laurie. But yeah, I think it's just calmness, and I think fraying ability as well.
Yeah, I think we started to see that when you guys switch sides and you switch to attack, and you took a couple of rounds to manage to get the win. I think of the last round, for example, where this is a really good call, by the way. It's an extension up top, and you decide to hit site really quickly at 112, and you're running through this. A really important call, because it's the one that gets you the victory. Was that on the back of Naif? Was that, you know, his vision calling this?
I think it's a bit of Alex as well, because Alex is a big voice in the team as well. I think we saw the clash. We went for the split, you know, to open the wall, push the pressure, boom, explode everywhere, with some info inside as well. So it was like an easy kill inside, and boom.
Nice. Freck, I owe you a little bit of an apology, actually, because we did an interview before the stage started, and it never got released because I moved out to Denmark and I left the footage on my PC at home. When we spoke about
Some
that
exclusive stuff.
Rookie mistake.
it was a really exclusive stuff. We were going to leak the knife move and everything. Anyway, in that interview, you spoke about your carpal tunnel injury. Do you want to just tell us and maybe the viewers a little bit more about that and your recovery from that?
Yeah, so it's like a nerve that gets like tightened up in the hand, and it brings like pain to your whole hand, like it's in the wrist nerve, and it brings like numbness and everything to your hand. And you know, when you're playing and it's your mouse hand, it's not very fun to have, you know, because you have to play with it every day, and the pain gets worse and worse. So I was like, fuck it, I've had the pain for like a year. I went for the surgery, boom, took some recovery. Apparently the pain can last 6 to 12 months. But the pain's a lot less, the numbness is gone, and trust the process on the recovery. So,
and it's clearly worked because you played pretty well today. Alongside, it was what you, Robbie, everyone was playing really well today. Actually,
it's going to be the new standard.
Nice.
Yeah, we love to see that. All right, Frank, before we let you go, your game next week is against G2. You have any words for them?
No, I hope bench not on El Rooney every round to make it a little more interesting. But yeah, nothing less.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Frank, and good luck with the preparations for next week.
Thank you, guys. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
We saw the limitation of that team not being able to actually bring the win over against Twisted Minds. However, when they're playing against a weaker opponent like Secret today, that's enough.
Yeah.
I think it's a middle of the table team that's looking towards taking the top 4, and we're still waiting to see that warm-up happen.
I think as they develop, I think we could end up seeing that. I think you put them probably in your power ranking. Don't want to agree with you too much. In that they are contenders. I think, they would have to cause a couple of upsets for the big boys. They looked like they could be capable yesterday when they nearly got Twisted Minds to overtime, nearly beat them. And then they did enough to beat Secret, who are still new, who are still developing.
Oh.
That scoreboard is just... it hurts, right? It hurts. Because we've just seen an incredible content piece, an interview with Noah, where he reminisces the incredible 7 years he was able to build between EWC 25, between SI...